everybody. I am Professor Pixie, and I would like to preface this episode with apologizing for the lack of a video last week. I was attempting to get the game to cooperate with me and spawn the Golden Bokoblin, which, if you did see the last part, is where we left off on, was trying to find one. I have some good news on that front. The good news is that I found what I think is a location for a Golden Bokoblin, regardless of game mechanics being a factor.
That being said,
The bad news is that the only location I could find is the Trial of the Sword. Which, God, no. No. We are not doing that, because I have never beaten Trial of the Sword in normal mode, let alone master mode, and the only location I could find is in the final trials. So until I find a good guide on how to get through Trial of the Sword on any mode, I'm not doing that. So I was trying to get the game to cooperate with me and use the Blood Moon respawning mechanic to hopefully trigger some silver Bokos to turn into golden Bokos. I even started a secondary file to search for silver Bokos in Hyrule Castle, which would be golden Bokos in Master Mode. I didn't find any of that either. Which brings me to my next point before we start today's session. We are making an exception to the rules. The revised rules will be in the description. So as to avoid any enemies disappearing, and to allow us to progress while still avoiding using Symin, we are going to be skipping the golden enemies until such time as they spawn in naturally. These are Master Mode exclusive, so if you are following along on normal mode, the challenge would be progressing as per normal, minus the difficulty of probably finding silver Bokos on your end. But we are going to continue from wherever the heck I left Link last time and get on with the next section. I am holding the wrong controller in my hand. This is not a Switch controller. This is. To be fair, I was about to press the A button.
and they are similar in design.
Yeah. Ah, we are in the Colosseum ruins. I kept checking this area after each Blood Moon because it has silver level enemies in it, but none of them turned gold. I don't know if that's because I didn't kill them at all, or just because the hidden XP system just doesn't like me. I don't really understand how it works very well. Alright. So, if we are going to be skipping the Golden Boko, which is looking at Hyrule Compendium here. Yes, the Golden Bokoblin. Ooh, I didn't notice that. That's marked with an EX. I didn't notice that before. That must be the Master Mode exclusive stuff.
That would make sense since the DLC the chests for the DLC are marked with EX.
For expansion, basically.
So it makes sense.
Okay, so that makes sense. Alright, so we're gonna skip number 109 for now.
110 is a regular ass mob.
Okay. I have that somewhere. Wait, that's not it. Static low tier enemies. Okay. Moblin. Oh my word. There is a static red moblin at the far northwest corner of the map here. It's like I can't zoom this in any farther very well, but let me it's like all the way up here. If I'm looking at this Actually, if I'm looking at this correctly, it's basically right on top of this hot spring. So we're going to pin that and get our butts to the corporate tower. We should be fine to find the other moblins elsewhere. Heck, there's a silver moblin right in there, I think. But we're getting there. You guys can go ahead and call this a fail if you want, but in the interest of making progress. You don't have to hide over there.
Wasn't so much hiding this space at the time.
Oh, look. I can't see anything. This is... Look at all the nothing I can see.
Okay.
I will also note that there is one other thing we will have to do out of order, but we will get there later. A little bit later, anyway. Don't have to worry about it right now.
Oh, that sounded painful.
Ow. Hmm. It was. I feel like I should shield surf down that. How about this instead? Here's one way to do it.
Yeah.
Best part is because it's snow. This actually does no durability damage. However, I can still run into things like that. I am going the wrong way, but I'll be able to make my way back up on this side. I think I'm gonna have to, because big mountain in the way. Oh, there are so many different things on Satori Mountain that I'm... Hello, icy lizard. Yeah. There are so many different things on Satori Mountain. I'm glad we've got the Mogletan Shrine. Because we're gonna need it a lot. There he is. Right here at the Sherfin's secret hot spring. He's right here. A red moblin sitting at the edge of the water. Also, make note of that moblin club. That's going to be useful. That's actually useful for a side quest. So it's good to know that he holds one. Red moblin. Done.
Right. Now get the blueberry one.
Pretty sure I know where I can just... Pretty sure I can just teleport to Bashkala and find one in the outpost ruins. Nope. These Bokos. One blueberry?
Now get licorice.
That's a little more problematic, but I'm gonna try and investigate some monster camps. Ah. No, wait. This? This! This. There was a moblin. There's a moblin past all those Alphos. And I think it's a black one.
Well, we'll find out.
I was half right. I was right in that it is a black moblin. In normal mode. Time to look elsewhere. See, I don't play on master mode enough to know where all this is. But I think... well, I've dealt with Ruta now. I've dealt with Ruta, so it's not going to be raining all over the place, so this should be fine. And trust me, I tried some methods of forcing a blood moon even, and gotta say, the Switch 2 kicks butt on culling objects that aren't needed. Is this a... That's a bokoblin. Cool. That's another bokoblin. What in the... Okay. There it is. Alright. Black Moblin. And we're gonna go right back to Sheikatha. Because the next one's a silver Moblin. Oh yeah. While I'm at it, I'm actually going to switch over to that. I have this right. Silver one's next. Alright. Frick. Out of order slightly. The Style Moblin's next, isn't it?
Yep.
I thought the Silver Moblin was next. Whoops. I'll chalk that one up to my personal fail. I'm gonna kill this just because I can. I do have to wait somewhere. Alright. So, oops. You want to make an oops counter, now's a very good time to do that. I'm gonna go to Bashkala because I need the Style Moblins to spawn, and that means just running around somewhere. This is why I have him. See? It's in hand. I have a hand. I have an extra pair of hands for this exact purpose. It's written down so I don't have to remember. So, yeah, if you're following along, please ignore that Silver Moblin until after you've gotten the Stowlin. Moblin? I don't know. I don't really know how it's pronounced.
I'm just going with Style Moblin.
Style Moblin's probably a good estimate.
You know, since the original enemy is called Stalfos, it kind of makes sense to just kind of go Style Moblin, and Style Moblin, whatever.
I swear I'm still not looking for them intentionally. Where would be best to get one to spawn, though? least I know what stuff to put in the description of this one. Yoink. Nope. I'm giving that pile a wide berth.
Gee, I don't know why.
I'll probably need to investigate it or one of the other places later, but I'm giving that pile a wide berth because looks like a talus. Probably is a talus. Ah, this way. Stockholm. I can just go sit at a campfire until nighttime to just do that.
Yeah, we could.
Oh, God dang it. Nothing happened. They didn't see anything. Because I can just walk right into the middle of the camp. Dude, this is like the one thing I can't do. Okay, never mind. Leaving now. I am gonna keep an eye out for the gold enemy, though. I know I was seeing sound problems, but I can't remember where. This is probably a sign that I should review the footage from previous episodes just to find out where I was. What? There. Meep. Alright. Can't carry more shields. Hmm. I'm gonna need this spot. Yeah, this is actually What? No. Ah. I seem to have missed it again. Oh. Yet another one where I'm going to have to... keep looking. Probably something like this. Let's head to a stable. Ugh. This guy don't want to spawn. What's it say for location? Rough location, even.
Great Hyrule Forest and Rudolph Mountains.
Alright. I should have popped my travel medallion up at the Three Giants area. Oh well. There we are. Got it. So now I should be going after the Silver Moblin, but as you've already seen, I... Whoops. Went a little backwards with those two. So... Snow Moblin, Silver Moblin. This would be the Golden Moblin. Let me see how well that is going.
Yeah, so we're gonna skip right by that and find the vanilla, the Zelda.
Yes. This is another one, which I'm going to refer to a picture I found. The picture I found of static low tier enemies. Green Lizalfos appears to be nearby the Wasteland Tower. Right about here. Interestingly enough, the Lizalfos is the next elemental creature, too. Yeah, we weren't done with elemental creatures, in case you were wondering. Let's be honest, nobody was. That is not a green Lizalfos right there. Really? Thank you. Alright. Look at him. He's just sleeping.
He's asleep.
Alright. Got that.
Blueberry.
There are a large number of Lizalfos off the path to Zora's domain. I'm gonna go see what ones they consist of. Cheers, the blue one.
Yep. You
Boo. There it is. Blue one. Blue one.
black one.
Look. Convenient black lizard butt. I'm not apologizing. Alright, next.
Stalls up.
Style Lizalfos.
Find the bony boy.
Bony lizard. Got a rough location for him?
Gerudo Desert and Hyrule Ledge.
Hyrule. Huh? Gerudo Desert. Okay, Gerudo Desert I can do. Ugh. Since it's just gonna be running around until something shows up. That's not it. That's it. Somebody wants to get right in your face right here. Alright, that one's done.
Fire breath was all those.
See, where else would the fire Lizalfos be being found? Just give it the Dodongo treatment. Anybody that's played other games should know what that means. Ooh, okay. Can't progress into there without getting a second piece of fireproof whatever, but don't have to. Ice is next. I take it?
Yep.
Icy one is next. That's gonna be... Actually... It's either in Hebra or on Mount Laneru. And I'm gonna try Hebra first because we were just all over there. I say that, and I've only activated 42 out of 120 shrines. Now, I know there are more shrines than that, but that's Champions Ballad stuff. There's one. Ice Lizalfos. Ooh. That is good, Bo. I'm gonna grab it. Well, good being relative. Alright, got the ice.
Electric.
That's easy. There's... See, unlike my mistaken whatchamacallit for Yellow Choo Choo. Yeah, I know I'm gonna mangle names. Okay? And what they're actually called. I actually know what the heck I'm doing with this one. In fact, there's a monster camp right there. Nope. Aha! I'm gonna come back around here to Caruso Valley. That's not it. I mean, if all else fails, I can go straight to the Ridgeland Tower. And there are a bunch there. Because that is like Electric Lake right there. It's right next to Thunder Plateau, so expected. Oh, wow. That is a cluster of... Please don't. Ha. Nope. My dumb butt forgot fire breath Lizalfos were a thing in the desert. Okay. You know what? Ridgeland Tower. Ridgeland Tower has them. In the interest of making more progress, let's move. No. It's bright. That's a silver. There's one that I've seen it. I can't tell where it is now. It's all the way over there. There we go. Alright. Electric Lizalfos.
Now find silver.
Hey, there was one right over here. There was one sniffing at me just a few minutes ago. See? There he is. There's a pretty silver boy. God, you really cannot let up. Alright. Now that I have that, again, there's the one for the golden entry. Number 125 is what we're moving on to. What do we got? 125.
Now, the vanilla Lionel.
Ooh! I know where this is. I don't have to look it up. I found this one out a while ago. This one is... doesn't matter what mode you're on, how long you've been playing, how much is upgraded, this Lionel will always be a red Lionel. And I believe that is because you need its picture for a side quest. And it has to be a red Lionel picture for the side quest. So the game forces one to remain. This NPC in particular, Laflat, is the one you want to talk to activate said side quest. I already have activated the quest, so we're gonna go do it. Finally. Now there's another reason to come up here, okay? Is that this is actually where you're intended to go and get shock arrows for fighting Varuta. But since when do we care what the developers want? Wow, that is so many platforms. I should have came here and looked at these guys. So many floating platforms. Look at this. There's another one there. I didn't really think about it, but it makes sense that there's floating platforms along the waterfalls here. Without a tower nearby, where else are they supposed to put the floating platforms so you can glide to them?
Yeah.
I am gonna take advantage of some of the just arrows that are stuck in trees and such. That's like if you've played Breath of the Wild before, you're probably very familiar with this particular spot. If you've only played Tears of the Kingdom, you're probably confused right now. There he is. This Lionel right here is why we'll be able to get the shield, sword, and bow for Lionel equipment anytime. We'll be coming back to... Actually, you know what? I know where a blue Lionel is. How about we do this now? Maybe. Alright. That's a good reason why not to do this right now. I don't think I have the gear for this right now. Hi. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go rethink my life choices. Somewhere else. I happen to know where a blue line is. Alright. Let's go to Kamyatak. The blue one is next, right?
Yes, the blue main one.
Right. This one is one of the enemies that we risk completely disappearing if we progress the game's leveling system too far. Honestly, I probably could take it on, but I don't feel like it right now. I might do some of that off camera. Just 2,000 health for the lowest tier. Yeah. Yick. Alright, Calcium Ruins has a blue Lionel right in the center. I always found a different Lionel there. Now, I'm gonna. Next will be the light.
Yes, nice as the white mage.
All right. So I'm gonna show you guys something else that's exclusive to Master Mode here, which can't remember if I did show you or not. If I did, great. If not, great. You're seeing it again anyway. Because it's the easiest white Lionel to find in this mode. Let me teleport to the Stasis Shrine. Sail down here to this rock. And realize we're not quite in the right spot. Come this way. And meet the white-maned Lionel, who has a savage Lionel Crusher for some reason, from what I heard, from what I was looking at. But that is the white Lionel. That's an issue. Alright. Now, I believe if I have this correct, the silver Lionel's next. And there's one right there. You might see the problem. That's not a friendly location to get to or to explore. Not friendly whatsoever. So I'm going to be trying the snowfield here because there is a Lionel up top near the Northern Lome Labyrinth. And I don't remember if it's going to be a white or silver. But we need to... I just remember that there's a Lionel up here. I feel like I should have already walked into his territory. looking for a silver one.
Hmm.
Yes, I assume that's the next one because there's nothing in between it and the EX label.
Still looking for the white mane?
No, I found the white mane. There's actually one on the Great Plateau.
Okay, yeah, silver's next.
Okay. Actually, why not? I do have a marker where a guaranteed silver Lionel is. It's just one teensy tiny problem. Just a small one. It's in Hyrule Castle.
Yeah, there's a bit of a problem.
Yes! This one up here is a silver one. Okay, and now I need to clear out the album. No, wait, need that. That's actually not a compendium picture. That's actually required for a shrine quest. Okay. Got the silver Lionel. For the sake of my sanity, I'm going to activate this shrine that's over here. I was right. There was a Lionel up here. I wasn't remembering the wrong game. Occupational hazard of playing so many different games. You start confusing one for the other. What's the next group of creatures?
Those would be some of our personal favorites, the Guardians. Starting with the Storm.
Okay.
Fun.
See, it's fine. Honestly, it's actually really fine that this is a thing. Because Guardian Stalkers, then Guardians in general, are easy to find if you know where they are. Yeah. Spoiler, I know where most of them are. And Stalker is what we start with?
Yep.
Alright. So the Guardian Stalkers can be found around central Hyrule. That region that's covered by the tower in the middle. And oh. But there is one other that I remember off the top of my head. And that's because it's over here. And I ran into it once or twice before. That's a Guardian Stalker. It has like 1500 health and hates your very existence. Now we need to keep the picture of this, because it's useful for a shrine quest. There's somebody that wants to see a stalker, a skywatcher, and a scout.
And hey, it's funny that you mentioned the Skywatcher. That's who you gotta find next.
Now, if I remember my skywatcher locations, and I believe I do, then there should be a couple of them in the Ordorak Quarry. If I mangle names and you guys think you can pronounce it better, feel free to put it in the comments, and I will try to correct it.
But, and we do say this all along the world, if you can't pronounce it any better, then kindly STF you.
He said it. I didn't. I'm being nice.
Hey, I couldn't say the actual word,
I know.
but I didn't.
That is a Guardian Skywatcher. Alright.
Now find a church.
I hate everything.
Just remember, you were the one that decided to take on this particular challenge. You have nobody to blame but yourself, my friend.
I agree. Because out of all of the things, the turrets are only found in one location. Exactly where I was trying to avoid going. Surrounded by guardians of all kinds. And currently being pointed at by Varuta. It's a good thing we've got Mipha's Grace right now. Because I may not have needed it yet, but I'm sure I will soon. Especially with that wizard behind me. I do think this is going to be the last grouping we do, though. Yeah, checking the time here. I think this is going to be the last grouping of stuff we do. Which is fine. We've made some decent progress. reiterate, surrounded by guardians of all kinds. I can't really argue with that anymore because that was scary. Right. Now that I have narrowly avoided crapping myself. That's not it. Pretty sure that the turrets themselves are gonna be like on the towers and stuff. We gotta go that way. Cutscene. Skip. As soon as we pass into the, screw it, I'm using the term. Bounding box. As soon as we pass into the bounding box at Hyrule Castle, it, triggers that cutscene. It's like, oh, you're entering the endgame. Here, have fun. It spotted me instantly. What? I'm an elf, not a snake. Anyway, next is
the Decayed Guardian.
No, I know I spotted one of those earlier. I spotted those just on the edge here. Although if all else fit, if I, there it is. Okay, Decayed Guardian.
Gotta find a sentry.
Alright. That's gonna take a hot minute. I suggest we leave it here because the sentry spawns in one location. I don't care if it lists a second location. It spawns one location once during the game. I have played this game too many times to not know this.
Mm-hmm.
The Sentry, I have put the Flamebreaker armor on for a reason. But we are leaving it here because the Sentry requires us to begin the approach to Varudania. That is the only place I have ever seen them spawn. Now, we don't have to beat Varudania immediately. And that's probably a good thing, because we'll be moving on. But since I have not really progressed the Goron City quest at all, we're gonna leave it here for the day. Right. If you all enjoyed, leave a like, subscribe, all those YouTube things. And I will endeavor to keep on schedule next time. And in the process, we will be hopefully getting the game to progress with its leveling system, with its enemy scaling system, and make the golden enemies spawn. As soon as they do spawn, we'll obtain the pictures for the ones we're missing, and we'll continue on our way. I do believe there is one other truly missable enemy that we will have to get out of order. And that is partly why we're not going to be beating Varudania immediately. So, I am Professor Pixie.
I am Breakman Z.
This hand over here is Breakman Z. And we will see you all next time. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye.